Major Ananda was born in Long Beach, California. His grandfather, K.N. Ananda, migrated from Kathmandu, Nepal, with his family in 1982. K.N. Ananda had finished his Bachelor of Arts and he was smooth with women. Major Ananda's grandmother had a very little education, so she didn't understand her husband's flirtatious behavior and became paranoid. She came to the U.S., but she couldn't deal with the fast-paced American life, so she left back to Kathmandu. Her brother and two sons looked out for her. K.N. Ananda was a clever and ambitious man. When he came to the U.S., he worked for a construction contractor. Then he progressed his life by entering into independent contracting. There he was a fairly successful contractor. He later got married to a woman from an island because he always wanted to live in an island. Later he moved to the island and lived happily ever after. Major Ananda's father, Swayam Ananda, moved to the U.S. when he was 15. He went to a university in Rhode Island when he was 18 and lived on his own since then. He graduated from the university in 1990. He was not sure what he was doing. He met a girl named Melissa April. She was a good woman. They almost got married, but Swayam Ananda left her to find himself in Warren, Texas. He tried a graduate school in East Texas, but he was not comfortable, so he quit graduate school and went to look for work. He didn't find a good job, so he worked for a transportation company for a while. Then he taught mathematics at a school in San Antonio. He met a woman from Istanbul, Turkey, named Izmir. He fell in love and got married and moved to Long Beach, California. Major Ananda was born the following year. They had a daughter, Anatolia, 2 years after Major was born. Swayam Ananda was a big motorcycle fan. He rode American, Japanese, and German motorcycles. He let Major Ananda ride since he was a kid. Later, he became a fine rider. Major Ananda graduated from a university in Southern California. He majored in psychology. He then joined the FBI for his reasons. He was picked on by other kids when he was a kid for being a brown, and he hated criminals. He lived in a condo in Long Beach, California. He had a girlfriend from the college. She wanted to have a family, but he didn't want a commitment. Later, he was transferred to Texas, but he left his girlfriend behind. Major Ananda had been living in North Arlington and working around Dallas-Fort Worth, the DFW area. Agent Ananda went back to Dallas to the FBI office the next day. Agent Wynn was already there. "Here are the registrations on the particular model of station wagons you're looking for," said the federal worker. "Thanks. There are 10,000 of them registered. You're lucky, only 1,500 are gray." "Good. Here it is, Agent Wynn. 1,500 cars to find all over Texas," said Agent Ananda. "What if he's already left Texas?" asked Agent Wynn. "Good question. What if the car's not registered at all?" "That's a good question, too, Agent Wynn, but that's the only lead we've got. I'll have people all over Texas looking for that car." Major Ananda made some phone calls. After an hour, there were local police and private informers keeping their eyes open for that particular model of gray station wagon. "We have received phone calls from all over Texas. They identified 69 brown-haired men driving station wagons." "That's good. How did they find out?" asked Agent Wynn. "We sent faxes of names and addresses from the registration to people who were hired to look out and report positive IDs. We might have to question all 69 of them." "All right, let's go kick some butt. Where should we start from?" "How about we start from DFW area and move south?" "What if he lives up north?" "We have other people working up north." The first one on their list was 2930 North Houston Street in Fort Worth. Agent Ananda drove his sports car and headed west on Highway 183. "Let's go improvise, Agent Wynn." "I'm ready." Agent Wynn knocked on the door. A man with brown hair opened the door. "Hi, how are you today, sir?" "I'm fine, thank you," the man replied with a surprise. "We're from Home Design TV program. Your address was selected for our TV program. We'd like to see your living room and shoot a video of it. You might win $10,000 and get a new remodeling of your living room. The prize is given to the one that is original," said Agent Wynn. "Sure, come in." Agent Ananda pretended to shoot the video. There was no sign of cigarettes, and house looked normal. The man had a belly. He didn't fit the description. Agent Ananda gave a signal to Agent Wynn to leave. "Thank you for your time. If you win, we'll call you." "Sure, thank you." They left the house and headed toward the car. Did you see anything out of the ordinary there? No, everything seemed normal. I didn't see any ashtrays or cigarettes. Yeah, he's also a chubby and have a little belly. I don't think that's our guy. They drove off and went to a different address from their list. It had been 3 days. Agent Ananda and Agent Wynn were still searching for the suspect and hadn't found him. They went to different houses and pretended to be from a TV program. None of the guys they talked to matched the description except one. He was 5'8" and around 170 pounds. He didn't seem like he was with himself. They were suspicious. But he didn't smoke and he was quite young, so they left. Their next stop was 129 Point Drive in Dallas. The car was registered under the name Cynthia Alexander. The car belongs to a lady. The kidnapper could have stolen the car, right? Said Agent Wynn. Well, nobody reported one. If it was stolen, we're going to have to work harder and longer. Great, said Agent Wynn in a low voice. Welcome to the FBI, Miss Top Rookie, he said with a smile. She ignored his sarcasm and kept on watching the house. Looks like there's nobody home. Why's that? No car on the street. We can't be too sure. It might be in the garage. Let's go check it out. Agent Ananda rang the doorbell. There was no answer. He rang it a few times. See, I told you there's nobody home, said Agent Wynn. It is 7:30 p.m. We'll wait there by the curb for another couple hours. This is our last house for today, said Agent Ananda, and took out his binoculars. I saw something moving. What is it? I couldn't make it out. It could be a cat. They waited there until 9 p.m. and saw a light went on in the house. Look, the light. Somebody was home all the time while we were sitting here. Maybe they were sleeping. Well, let's go check it out, but be ready. This one is suspicious. Sure. Agent Wynn went by the door and rang the bell, and Agent Ananda went to the back of the house. There was no answer on the front door. Hello, is anybody home? Said Agent Wynn. Hello. A guy opened up the door but left the chain. Yes, the guy said with a cigarette in his hand. He had brown hair. He looked over 30. He was around 5'8" and near 170 pounds. We're here from a home design TV program, and you've been selected to receive a free remodel. Can we come in and measure your house? No, that's all right. We like it the way it is. You also receive $10,000 cash with it. That's all right. I'm not interested. Meanwhile, Agent Ananda sneaked in the house from the back floor. He searched the first floor. There wasn't anybody. He went upstairs and looked around. He checked the first room on the right. There was nothing. Then he went to the second room on the left. There was a funny smell. He checked everywhere, under the bed, under the cover. Then he opened up the closet and something fell. It made a little noise. It smelled bad. It was the naked body of a girl with red head. Agent Ananda went by the girl and whispered, "Hi, can you hear me?" There was no answer. He shook her a little. Still there was no answer. So he checked her pulse. There was no pulse. He heard a phone ring. It was his cellular. "Hello." "Major, he heard something. He's coming up." "I think it's him. The girl is here. Come inside." He waited by the door. The kidnapper came up and opened the door slowly and turned the light up. He saw the closet door open and the body on the floor, so he ran downstairs because he knew that somebody had been there. Agent Ananda chased him down. "Freeze, FBI." The kidnapper kept on running and went out of the house. He opened the garage door with a remote control. He got in a truck that was next to the gray station wagon and drove away. Agent Wynn saw him drive away, so she ran to her car to go after the kidnapper. Agent Ananda was left behind. Agent Wynn was chasing the kidnapper in her car. Agent Ananda came down and ran after them. He saw a motorcycle next door on the driveway with a key in it. He started the motorcycle and rode up to the pickup. The guy yelled from the house, "Hey, that's my motorcycle." Agent Ananda got near the truck. It was a dark night. The truck was going 70 in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. Agent Ananda got near the truck and put his feet on the motorcycle.